What's up everyone? I have a 5 dragon victory for you today. I've done this in the past both in the turtle pack as well as the weekly pack, but on puppy pack it's obviously way more difficult to do, so I'm very proud of this win. It's difficult for several reasons. First of all, the players are very good. If you spend like €5 on a pack, it's obviously a given that players are going to try hard a little bit more. That's my humble opinion at least. But also the units that the dragon goes up against in this pack, that being the llama, the buffalo, the bison, they're all tall scalers, which usually counter white scaling that the dragon provides. What I mean is that, for example, take a buffalo, it gets to 50-50 stats relatively quickly, and dragon gets a while to get going. So imagine if you have a team full of 30 units because of the dragon, and you get matched up against a buffalo that's 50-50. That buffalo is going to wipe out at least 2 of your units, even more if they have melon and you don't. But yeah, that's basically the problem with dragon in puppy pack. I think I got very lucky with the setup though, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. I was going for the 50-50 shop on this run because a lot of the 5 of a kinds are just straight up impossible unless you get the 50-50 shop. And so for that reason I was trying to go for as many hatching chicks as possible. If I manage to get them to level 3, that means a free chocolate every turn, because the level 3 ability of the hatching chick is giving 1 experience at the unit in front of it. So yeah, I think I was going to combine that with the gold that gives you money when you buy units. Either that or just level up the swan so it gives more gold, but yeah, that's kind of the point of my setup right here. I was very happy that I got a lobster from the level up, which means that the hatching chicks are already at 5-6 stats. That's thanks to the snail I bought as well, but it's very nice because all of the hatching chicks give +4/+4 temporarily as well, so that means my team is very strong for the time being. Unfortunately, the math doesn't really work in my favor, but thankfully because of the abundance of stats that I have, I end up winning. I don't think it's a wise idea to go for level ups on turn 7. I was hoping for gold and I got it, but I think it's ultimately a better call to preserve them for for turn 9 and hope to get as many chickens as possible that way. It's kind of sad that I didn't have the buffalo for this setup, because that's one of the best units you can have when you go for a 50-50 shop, because it scales on its own when you buy sell. But I think it's alright. Like, I have a tropical fish to scale me up a little, I have a swan to give me some gold, the gold is giving me 2 gold every turn as well, because I'm buying so many units. The team is kind of falling off though, because you can see how low the stats are despite all of my scaling, and that's because I'm greedy. I'm going for level ups as well. Hopefully I manage to get some, and thankfully I roll a hatching chick so that I have 2 level ups ready. I had to buy a unit to free up some space, and here is the first dragon of the run. I get it to level 1.5 immediately. The hatching chick is going to get it up to level 2 next turn, and I can start dragon scaling. At this point maybe I had given up on the 50-50 shop dream just because I got a dragon. Kind of contradictory to one another, the dragon and the chicken. Like, dragon scales your team and the chicken scales the shop, but why would you ever want to have both of them scaled up? So yeah, I think I was going for the dragon here. Kind of funny this situation, the snail is glowing, meaning that it's going to give me stats, but buying a tier 1 unit is more stats overall, so I don't even bother with the snail. The sad thing about this run is that I'm on 1 life, which for dragon runs is very bad, because when I want to transition away from a strong unit like the tropical fish and the gold that I'll have to sell eventually, and I'll have to replace them with a weak dragon, that means that currently all the stats I'm getting are going to waste, first of all, and secondly it's going to be very difficult for me to win a round when I get rid of a tough unit to replace it with a weak dragon. Thankfully, if I get a lot of tier 1 units in a single turn, it's not going to be that much of an issue. I even get a turtle pill here, which I take. I don't know if I would have won without this turtle, you shall see during this next combat, but I took it mostly to support me during the fight, as well as to get melon for almost free. You can see it put some work in, but I think the hatching chick I had in the back would have saved me anyway, so I'm not really sure if that was that helpful. Thankfully, I'm not really being punished for my not rolling, you can say. I should be rolling more aggressively for more dragons in tier 1 units. Instead, what I end up doing is that I take any unit that's convenient for me to win the fight. Like, that's helpful in the short term, but long term it's going to hurt my stat gain quite a lot. Thankfully, I get a very good roll here. I'm getting the third dragon on the team at a very opportune time. And I think next on the chopping block is this hatching chick. I enjoy the gold from the goat. And I don't really need any more levels for the dragons. I think 2 level 2 dragons and a level 1 dragon is good enough. So what I'm hoping for now is to hopefully get as many tier 1 units as possible, and as well as that hopefully find the dragon relatively soon. Ideally I want to find the 4th dragon right as my other 3 dragons are getting to 50-50 stats, so that I can sell the 50-50 gold that I have without being too punished for it. This is what I was talking about, by the way, in the past when I was saying that transitions are going to be tough, because now I have to sell a 50-50 unit eventually. Thankfully for turn 13, where that fight happened, my team is very strong. It's going to fall off a little bit though, so I should hurry to find more dragons and close the game out. People in the late game are going to run bats, they're going to run eagles, they're going to run leopards. And even with not as good as stats as the dragon, I think they have a fair chance of beating me, so yeah, that's why I'm hurrying to find the dragons and not lose a single round so I can close the game out. It's going very well so far. I don't know if I should keep buying tier 1 units, because the dragons are decently scaled up and they are going to get even more scaled when I find the next ones. Thankfully, I think this is the last of the tier 1 units that I'm going to be buying for now, just because the dragons are all at 50-50 stats. The goat is as well, so that means no more need for tier 1 units until I find some other dragons. And for turn 15, I don't think it's even debatable if I should be winning. It should be basically guaranteed. They even had a level 3 buffalo with a butterfly, but that wasn't good enough. So yeah, for the last 2 turns I'm just going to roll for the dragons. I even freeze 2 stakes for the 2 weak dragons, because I know that stake is going to be better than the melon. I freeze some tier 1 units as well, just to scale up the dragon that I just included on the team. It's going to be a relatively small buff, but you know, it's better than nothing, I think. Plus I already have the equipment secured, so I don't really have a better purpose for this goat anyway. So yeah, this is going to be the final turn right here. I'm going to do some final buy sells of tier 1 units, then include the dragon, give it stake, and cross my fingers that this is good enough to win. And yeah, this is going to be it for me. If you enjoyed the content, please like, sub, do all the generic stuff, leave a nice comment, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.